Mr. President, and it sees how important it is to all of y'all, this subject, because I haven't seen this much firepower from all of y'all except at a state dinner or a Christmas party. So I appreciate, Mr. President, that all of you guys are here because I know you're really trying to get something done. I own a company, Landry's, which is in 40 states and is all full-service restaurants. So I average like 150 employees per restaurant. And it's everything from Del Frisco's to Mastro's to Martin's, the Palm, but then it's on the other side, the Bubba Gump's, the Rainforest, and they're all company-owned. It's been devastating, and it's funny you brought up about China. I should have realized it was going to be a bad year for China when my general manager tweeted out, freedom for Hong Kong. So that started my year with China.
You kept it quiet, right? You kept that quiet.
So I'm still trying to work that out. And here comes something else.
He owns the Houston Rockets, in case you don't know. And he's and by the way, he's a great guy, great family, great everything. And yeah, he did cause you a little ruckus. Whatever happened to him, by the way? Is he still working for you?
Yes, he is.
He must be pretty good.
Yes, because it's just it's a trick question, but he is. But Mr. President, everybody's talking about the PPP, and when your team designed the PPP and said, let's bring it through the SBA, I think it was an unbelievable idea, and you did exactly what you needed to do. But I'm one of those people when it started being pitted against, because I'm a sole proprietor, but I do $4 billion in revenue, and I would have been that billionaire that took the money from the little business. So I was not able to take the PPP money, and I caught so much criticism because I was the first person who did lay off 40,000 employees, because the world doesn't understand that when you shut everything down from your casinos, which you and I did a few deals together, from the Rainforest to the Trump Marina, your tail of your payroll was $150 million the next 2 weeks. And we all pay yesterday's bills with today's income. And I wanted to put 40,000 people back to work May the 1st, but couldn't take the criticism, and even from the administration there was some, that bigger companies shouldn't be taking this money. But I don't have the ability to put those 40,000 people back to work. So I just wish that don't add any money, but just divide it up and
So you're saying that because your restaurants aren't split up among thousands of people that own restaurants, and you have it yourself in the company?
Yeah, that it would have been one person taking this money, so but your team specifically wrote the bill for any restaurant under 500. This was for the restaurant business, which has only gotten 9% of the money. But if you would just split it up, and I'm not saying add any more money, but add a category for the larger private restaurateur that could go out and take this money and put it in a different bucket, so it wouldn't be me taking this money away from the little beauty salon.
So what happened to you then, Tilman? So where are you on that whole thing? How did you do with the PPP?
Well,
how did it work out for your company?
I took the money and sent it back and did not spend a dollar of it because
they found out you're very rich, and they said, what the hell?
You know what? But I also was the first person that opened the leveraged finance market and went and borrowed $300 million at 12%, where just 3 months earlier borrowed at 3% because I needed the liquidity to keep the company afloat.
So what you do? You went out very early, right, for the money, and you found the market it was opened even at that early days.
Yes, right? I borrowed $300 million to add to liquidity, but it wasn't enough to hire back all my employees, which I would have loved to have done with the PPP.
What do you do with your basketball players that are making $25 million a year?
I have 2 of them that make 40, Russell and James.
By the way, they are good players.
They are good, but yes, they are getting paid
Could I
because
ask
there's a
you
collective bargaining agreement, and that's why.
Tilman, what's going to happen with basketball? Can you give us because I would be interested. Do you have any idea what they're doing now?
Yes. I think what they're doing is waiting to see what happens in certain states and if we're going to be able to play. Making sure the virus continues to go in the right direction in the next few weeks. And I think that if things keep going the way that it's going, I think the NBA, the commissioner, Adam Silver, who's done an unbelievable job through this, and the 30 the owners, I think, will make the decision to try to start the season up again.
Will you finish the season or not?
I think that there's talk about finishing the season, playing X amount of games. The players need to play to get paid, and right now they're taking a 25% pay cut, and because they own 50% of our revenues, the players, unlike the other sports. And so they want that revenue and that television revenue, even if it's not the people in the stands revenue, so they can get paid.
Could you go immediately to playoffs, or is that not really possible?
I think that they would use I think that we would play some games just to get it going again and create the interest, and then go right into the playoffs. But I think it'll be great for America. We're all missing sports, and everybody, wants to see these great NBA teams. But
Good luck with that.
thank you. But just create a category for us, Mr. Secretary. Well,
Steve, what do you think about that? I mean, he's got a unique situation. He has a lot of restaurants. It's a big company, but,
But I can't pay
You have
him.
other people where the company is the same size, but you have 2,000 owners. What do you think of that?
Well, it's a complicated issue, Mr. President.
That is
As
complicated.
I've said before, we didn't anticipate the Los Angeles Lakers, who I'm a big fan of, would be taking a PPP loan. And as a result of that, there was a lot of backlash around that.
Who paid it back?
And we went through the certifications.
I'm saying that for the media.
and,
They paid
Again, we realize the issue, how it impacts your workers, and we're sympathetic to that. This was a program for companies that were not necessarily quite as big, but
Yeah,
we
but this is
understand
different
your
than the
issue.
Lakers. The Lakers are a basketball team. This is a man that owns how many restaurants you own?
600 restaurants, but they're all full-service restaurants. I have 60,000 employees, and you don't have the ability to pay them.
I'm happy to follow up with you. We don't need to have this in front of
No, but
all
it
of
is
our
interesting
friends,
for the
but,
press to hear it because they understand the complexity of it. So if he had 600 owners and he franchised them out or something, but he had 600 owners, they qualify. If he has, if he owns it, it's a different situation, but I can understand what he's saying. So let's take a look at it.
And then just one more thing, if we could just do something with lease terminations, because I'm the largest operator in New York for full-service restaurants, and the $1 million leases, let them protect their rights, the landlords.
What's your largest restaurant? What is it, New York?
Del Frisco's, Mastro's, Martin's, the Strip House, the Bill's Burger and Rockefeller Center,
Right.
Dos Caminos,
Yeah.
on and on. So, but if we could
Good
just.
job you've done. I mean, you got hit by the plague, right? But outside of that, you've done a hell of a job.
Just trying to keep
It
up with
just brought you back to earth a little bit.
We were definitely brought back to earth.
You really have. You've done a fantastic job. Hey, you're a friend of mine for a long time. And,
Thank you,
and
sir.
I have to say, you paid me rent for a long time, right?
Absolutely.
For rainforest.
Never
and
missed
some
a
other
payment.
things. And you were never late. Now you're
a tough
great,
landlord.
a great gentleman. Really a great gentleman. Steve, it's an interesting case, okay? Do the best you can. Good luck with the basketball.
Thank you, sir.
You have a hell of a team.
And
thank you.
all of you.
Say hello to those two great players, all of your players. But, man, they can play, huh?
They can play.
So you say they make 40 a year.
Russell and James both make $40 million a year, and they were still getting paid. So a lot of my employees really wanted that PPP money.
You want them to play this year.
Yes, sir.
How many more years do you have together, right? So
I
you
have
want,
both of them for 3 more years.
you want them to play this year because magic
'em-
can happen, right?
Absolutely, a little
Okay.
magic, and
Good
all
luck.
of a sudden you get a big ring.
Good luck. Thanks, Tilman.
Thank you, sir.
Jared?
I just want to thank everyone for being here. It's been incredible.